Let me know when you're ready for me, you guys. I'll just be hanging here.
That's why Irene couldn't hear. Oh, you got mute. Irene, can you hear me? Yeah. Okay. Cool. So close.
I can now. Yeah, I thought it was my end.
Are you muted? Turn your volume on. There we go. Okay.
All
I think
good.
we're good. Okay. Natalie, hi. Okay, I can see you. And then Jess will be here shortly. So, we're here in the conference room. Natalie and Irene are remote, Robin. But I just want to introduce to the team, Natalie Lauren's in the room too. So everybody knows Lauren. She runs the Denver Central One office, our team. And she's here, Robin, just to kind of check things out and see if this is applicable to her team as well. So that's Lauren. And then everyone else here on the Zoom today is on my team. So they've all received the pre-work, and we're super excited to have you. So everyone's on Zoom, everyone's muted except for me. So we should be technologically as far advanced as we can be running the show for the show. So
yeah, perfect. Melanie, you can rest now. That was a lot. We were doing some tech setup at like 8:45, so she's been trying really hard.
We tried to cast it. Okay.
Well,
so I will turn it over to you. And are you still the host? You can share your screen and do what you need to do, right?
Yep, I think I am. Yeah, it looks good.
Awesome.
Cool. Hey everybody, so nice to meet you. I'm sorry I'm not there in person. My son got the flu apparently. I was treating him for strep, but it's the flu. So we're just home trying not to spread it around too much. But eventually I'd love to come in and meet you all. My name's Robin. My friends call me Jam, so if I refer to myself as Jam at any point or in documentation, that's why. About a year ago, I was running my agency. We do video production, and I run a sales team and a marketing team. And my background is in web development as well. So all of a sudden, all of these tools started coming out, and I just couldn't sleep. I was so excited about putting it all together and making actionable AI for both my sales and my marketing teams. So I ended up doing a little presentation, which I think, Melanie, you came to almost a year ago now. And looking at it now, it was very cute. Didn't really know what I was getting myself into, but after that presentation, I was just showing people how I was using AI to get more sales or to create some really interesting content. And my calendar just started blowing up with meetings for coffee, and I love coffee, but I can only have so much. So I ended up creating just like a course on how to use AI at work. And fast forward, and now I'm running a business with Jamout.ai, where I'm helping startups, small business, professional coaches, and obviously real estate agents use AI at work. But really it comes down to, how can I stop you from spending hours and hours and a bunch of money trying apps out there that are kind of like sales gimmicks, and actually show you what works, and really interesting ways to think through how you can use it for both prospecting and marketing. So that's a little bit about me. I'm going to share my screen and go through a little bit of a presentation, but then I really want it to be kind of an interactive workshop, which is why I gave you that pre-work. So if you want to be doing stuff while I'm doing it, that's fine. I also have a bunch of things I'm going to follow up with. So don't worry about taking notes or trying to remember every single website we go over. Let me just share my screen. All right. So just the plan again is, I already told you who I am, but we're going to go over like what AI is exactly. And then by the end of this, I want you to become a ChatGPT expert. And then we're going to go into like prospecting and how to use AI in the customer experience. And then we'll explore a couple of my favorite AI tools. So without getting super techie, AI is basically just the broad idea that machines can think like humans. You've actually been using AI for a long time. If you're using banking institutions, that was the first thing with AI when they started, asking you questions about where your mother went to school or her maiden name. Those were all AI generated questions, and that was all part of machine learning. I'm going to skip ahead, and like neural networks is what came out last year, which is what all of the LLMs are based off of. So that's really like what changed the playing field. Was last year these neural networks came out that people could use in their homes. They have been available for companies and developers to work with over the past 4 or 5 years. But for somebody to access it the way we are now would have cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. And not to mention, we didn't really have the server space for it. So if you're wondering like where the AI boom came from, it's definitely part of the neural networks. These neural networks are basically, and when I say LLM, I mean ChatGPT or Bard or Anthropic, which are those conversational tools. And they're built on something called transformer architecture. And that's what GPT means, is generated pre-trained transformer. So now you know that, in case you want to do like trivia or something. We all know it's been a weird year between, you guys had that huge boom, and then interest rates changed and things slowed down a little bit, and now AI is out, and it's kind of like a lot of my real estate friends are feeling a little bit hesitant or unsure of like what their future looks like. And I really want you all to not be afraid and really jump into it. I always tell people AI is not going to take over your job, but the people who really learn how to use it effectively, they just might. So it's not any kind of threat. It's just more like, this is the state of real estate and where it's going, and every other business for that matter. So it's really something that we need to educate ourselves about and keep our eyes open and continue to embrace as things roll out. I'm mostly going to talk about ChatGPT today. How many of you have used it before? You can raise your hands, I can see you. Okay, so most of you, a little bit. I've been exploring all of the LLMs out there and ChatGPT is by far my favorite and a lot of people's favorites. It's built on an open source network, so that means that developers from around the world have its code and have been building upon it for almost 3 years now. And so because of this global view and this ability for people to actually go in and add plugins and extensions for it, it's leaps and bounds ahead of its competitors. Bard, which is owned by Google, is catching up quickly, but it's very locked down and only
Who's ChatGPT owned by Robin?
Microsoft.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
What's the one that you called?
Bard, it's BARD, and that's Google's LLM. I actually just posted a blog about it yesterday about how I like to use both of them, and people kind of pit them against each other, and I think they both have their strengths, right? ChatGPT can get a lot more data from the web. It can give you longer responses, but Bard is a lot better with images and creating graphs, and everyone has what they're good and bad at. So I would suggest checking them both out. I will follow up, like I said, but
Okay.
I also really like one called Claude for long form content. And I think, Claude is owned by Anthropic, and people are writing entire books with Claude. They're creating podcast episodes, which I'm going to show you how to do at the end here. But like, if you're trying to create content that's unique and, you don't like being on camera or you don't like your voice, there's so many ways to do it now. And so this Claude, people are basically creating podcast scripts, and then they go to this other thing called 11 Labs, and we can generate like very human voices to speak the script that you just wrote. So anyways, ChatGPT is my favorite.
Is Claude
What was that?
that one?
Did you say, how do I spell it? Okay, Claude. Melanie, you might have to repeat the questions in the room just because I can't hear them. I don't know. Oh. All right, so.
Just me? Yeah. Okay, there we go. That's better. Yeah. Can
Oh,
you hear me now better, Robin?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Did I answer the question? It was, how do you spell
Yeah, the
Claude?
question was just like, how do you spell Claude if we're going to kind of research? Claude.
Yep, and then it's AI. And again, I'm sending you all of this. I won't, anything I talk about, I'll
Okay.
follow up. I'm recording this. Yeah.
I'm in note takers. Yeah. Thanks, Robin.
No, I love it. Thanks. So what is a prompt? A prompt is how you talk to a LLM. LLM means language learning. I thought LLM is language learning something. I forgot what the M stands for. But basically it's how you talk to these. So like a prompt is how you speak to ChatGPT. It's how you speak to Claude or Bard. And there's very precise ways to do it. Now, this is kind of interesting because how I was teaching people to do it about 6 months ago is pretty much obsolete. Like, it's changing so quickly. But I do want to go through and just show you examples of a good prompt and a bad prompt. Oh, and real quickly, I'm going to follow up with this. This is a prompt library that we have with over 1,000 prompts for all sorts of content creation. So I will send that and give you access to that as well. So obviously a bad prompt would be going into ChatGPT and saying, write a sales email, because ChatGPT doesn't know anything about you at all, right? And when you just say write a sales email, you're not giving it any parameters about how long it should be, what the tone is, who your audience is. It's pretty obvious it's not a good prompt to use. And I'm always shocked at how many people do prompts like this, and then they're like, oh, AI is, a bunch of crap. It doesn't work. So the thing you filled out along with a good prompt will completely change how your answers are coming back to you. And just, we're going to do some examples of this after I go through the what is ChatGPT section. So we'll come back to this. But so you want to say things like act as a social media influencer, and then tell it exactly what you want. You want it to create content for what platform, and how do you want that content back? You can tell it, I want it in a table format. I want it for the next 10 days. I want relevant content that covers current events. So just really think through the most simple way that you can tell a robot to do this for you. Somebody just came out with a new one that I hadn't even thought of, but instead of saying just act as an investment manager, they say act as an investment manager with 20 years experience. And the difference between just those couple words has been incredible.
So it's like mind blowing to think that these robots can come back, and they can differentiate between a 20-year experience. Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, we'll go through that together because it's actually really interesting to see. So custom instructions came out about 6 months ago, and they're available in the regular version of ChatGPT and Plus. Real quickly, do any of you have the Plus version? Just raise your hand if you do. Okay, definitely get on that waiting list because there's some features that are completely mind-blowing and totally worth the $20 a month to Microsoft. I would pay more than that, but don't tell them. They recently came out with an update about a month ago, and some of the stuff I'll show you is like what they came out with, and it's completely crazy. But so many people tried to get in that their servers are overloaded, so now they're on a wait list, and as they expand their servers, they're allowing more people to join. But definitely get on that.
Wait, they want to know how we get on the wait list. We just go on the website and, how do we get on the wait list? Can you tell us?
Yeah, there should be an upgrade button when you go to, actually, it's about to show you. On the bottom left, you'll see like the settings area pop up in a second. Well, on the bottom left, you should see your name and like a little picture. Here you go. So right in there, it should say, I'm already upgraded. So it should be like my plan, and then you can try to upgrade it.
How do you get it? Just says, like when you click on subscribe, it just says due to high demand, we've temporarily paused upgrades.
Can you hear that, Robin?
Yeah, so there's no place to apply anymore.
It doesn't look like it. I'm on the app, like on my phone, not on the computer. Would that be different?
Here.
I just did it from the computer without an issue. It's in the bottom left corner.
Okay.
And it just upgrade plan, and I clicked it, and it said, a box popped up where it said free or plus, and then it just said sign up for waitlist.
Okay.
Robin, sorry to digress real quick. Are you recording this, or can I record this?
I'm recording it, yeah.
Okay, cool, thanks.
Yeah, I'll record it and send it back to you guys. And
you're blowing our mind. We can't digest your.
No, please jump in with questions.
You're fine. This is perfect. You're doing great.
I do keynotes on this stuff now, and sometimes at the end people don't say anything, and I'm like, oh, I must have really sucked up there. But then they're just like, we have so many questions, so ask as we go. It's totally fine. Okay, so this is the area where you will paste in basically the information that I had you fill out. And so what this does is, remember when I showed you the bad prompt and I said write a sales email? Well, if you have custom instructions filled out, your ChatGPT is trained on those instructions. So you don't need to pre-train every prompt. And so if you have custom instructions in there, it already knows that you are a realtor with 8Z. It knows you're from Denver. It knows you want to sell real estate in whatever zip codes you told it. And it can create that content for you that's a lot more dialed in without spending a lot of time thinking about the prompt. So up here is where you put in what you want it to know to get better responses. So that's where I'd paste in that.
Are you guys all in this right now, like doing what she's doing? Should we try to start doing what you're doing, Robin, or are we still just kind of watching you?
I'd say do it later, honestly, because it'll take you a little while, and then you'll zone out.
Okay.
If you're like me, you'll zone out. And then you also get to tell it like how you want it to respond. And this is very important to me because I was getting annoyed by ChatGPT always telling me to like use the word unleash in all of my marketing stuff. And it used to do something where it used to just like talk and talk and talk, because you're charged in ChatGPT by tokens. So it's like the amount of words that come out. And sometimes it would just give these like crazy long responses, and we're like, none of this is relevant. I don't need 5 essays about, the trends in real estate in Denver. So you can say it to be like short and concise, reply with bullet points, cite your sources. So I do have a follow-up for this where I'll show you how I trained mine, and then you can just copy and paste as you need.
Okay.
So plugins, back last year when I first gave my presentation to Melanie, it was back when ChatGPT only had access to information from 2021 and before, which is like not super helpful in a lot of ways. So people were still all excited about it, but it wasn't accessing the web until about June of 23. And what happened is all these developers around the world who are working on ChatGPT started developing plugins. And you can think of these as basically like the Apple Store for your iPhone. ChatGPT now has plugins for ChatGPT. So you can go in, there's over 6,000 plugins. You just click this like little tiny arrow on it, and I'm going to show you in real life actually. So you go to plugins, and then you click this little arrow, and you go all the way to the bottom to the plugin store. And you can see, you can search for whatever. I always like to see what's popular and start there. What's super weird is I used to have Redfin, and it's not there right now, which means they're just doing an update. So hopefully it comes back. But what the plugins do, so
Natalie said, holy moly, I'm behind on technology. I think we're all feeling that. Yeah, this is a lot. I don't understand the concept of plugins.
Let me give you an example of those. So basically, like, it allows ChatGPT to access other apps. So do any of you do TikTok or create videos or anything like that?
I don't do TikTok.
Like Instagram could be one.
Okay, sure. Well, there's this thing called CapCut, and basically I can say like, hey, CapCut, make me a video about homes in zip code 80238. Oh, of course that's happening. Let me make sure it's turned on. Okay.
I was like, I know it's kind of mind-blowing,
Like brains.
yeah, it's like limitless. Yeah.
Well, of course this one's not working. Let me use a different one. So oftentimes they don't work. The one problem is like there's no regulations around these plugins. And so basically it's allowing ChatGPT to like work with other apps to do things. So the CapCut one I was trying to do, it used to make a video like right in ChatGPT. So it would go out to CapCut, it would write a script, it would grab the image, and then it would make the 30-second video. I'm sad that one's not working.
And the script is you talking, or is the script already like somebody's another voice is speaking?
It's a voiceover, and it's very robot-y and terrible. It's like, I wouldn't use it yet for my clients, but it's definitely something I'm watching, and it's something that's gonna be good soon. Like you just wait. It'll be really, really easy.
Like, yeah, jumping off points too, right? You can use the video and you can get rid of the voiceover and do something else with it, right?
Could
Yeah.
you give an example of how you connected with Redfin? Like when Redfin was on here, like what would you use that plugin for?
Well, I'm kind of thinking that Redfin's off because now with the new updates on ChatGPT 4, it just goes to Redfin automatically, which I'm going to show you one of those. But it would be like, give me 2 homes in this neighborhood and compare them, you know? I'll show you. I have one of those ready in my presentation. But
ever changing too.
Yeah.
Honestly, for her to say this stuff's like obsolete from 6 months ago is like, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I use this little like camera thing. Let me see if that one works. That one doesn't work. I'm moving on.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this. Anyways, we'll move on from that. The good part is we don't use plugins anymore because of the new update. So I'll show you what replaced them, and that might be what's going on. Go ahead.
Do we need what?
Should we worry about plugins?
No,
It
we're
should be
gonna
because it went away.
were you here for the get on the list for the next one?
Yes.
Okay, then we're good. So we don't need to worry a ton about plugins at this point.
I'd be
Right?
curious though. Like I can't do it because I'm on the Plus, but when you guys go to ChatGPT in the top corner, does it say you can access plugins still? I haven't looked at that.
Let's
Check it out. You don't have to look now. I'm just curious.
okay.
Where
Yeah,
would
if I
it
did
be?
not.
Where would it be on the, there's nothing in the corner.
Okay. I'll have to check that out.
Okay. Yeah, just let us know when you follow up. That's fine.
Okay. The other thing that people don't know about is ChatGPT can work with like data. So any sort of PDF that you have, any sort of Excel spreadsheet that you have, whether you need it cleaned up or you need somebody to analyze it and tell you what it's about. If you need graphs created from it, ChatGPT does all of that. I didn't really realize that it had this capability until like 4 or 5 months ago. But I love data. I'm a nerd about it, but I'm also a really visual person. So I've always had a hard time reading through exact data. So I will have it, I'll upload it and then I'll ask it to give me reports based in that data. I'm going to show you an example of how to use this with real estate data in just a minute.
Okay. I know. Crazy, right?
So like, basically, I'm skipping to then because this one's kind of long, but it like reads it and then I ask for charts and it tells me like these are all the types of charts that I can have. So I'm like, hey, give me a bubble chart because I didn't know what that was. It sounded fun. And it came back and actually created like a bubble chart of sales by product. So anyways, if you all like numbers like me but don't like Excel, it's been pretty life-changing.
I can imagine. I know, a lot.
It's a lot. So custom GPTs are what broke the internet a few weeks ago that like replaced plugins. It put about, I think I read 6,500 businesses out of business already. So these like AI startups who were creating the plugins and creating full businesses around the plugins. ChatGPT came out with these custom GPTs and killed them. Yeah, it is. I'm going to show you some of these in real life. So, okay. When you get to the Plus version, you'll have this little area here called Explore. And these are where you can like build your own GPT. And I know you don't know what that means. So it's basically a custom chatbot that does one specific thing, but can still use all of the technology of ChatGPT. And the best part is you don't have to build them yourself because somebody already did. So I go to this and like, let's just type in real estate GPTs. I was playing with this last night and I was like, I think I spent like 4 or 5 hours just making real estate content and doing home comparisons because I was just so shocked with what it does. So this tool is actually looking through all of the GPTs that developers have created around real estate, and then it tells you what they are with a little bit about them, and then we can use any of them. So like the real estate assistant sounds cool, an AI assistant for real estate agents providing market insights, client engagement strategies. And remember, you know, this has access to Redfin, it has access to the web. So once we go to it, I'm getting ahead of myself, but I'm kind of excited, so I'm going to just go for it.
What's what?
It was one that was basically AI staging.
Like virtual staging?
Oh yeah.
We take and make suggestions or what should then
I have one of those I'm going to show you as well. I filled out this real estate worksheet as if I was Melanie the best I could. So I'm just going to go into this GPT and I'm going to say create an email newsletter. Oops. Why can't I spell? Because I don't need to anymore. About current trends. Is there a specific neighborhood you guys like to look at, or?
You can just stick with 80238 if
Okay.
you want.
In real estate in 80238. Use my information about my company. You actually don't have to spell things right. And myself.
It's like, are we still in the concerns, right?
Right? And then, so now I'm just pasting in. So I pasted in just now this thing that you guys all filled out.
You literally just cut and paste that entire document on there? Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah. And so, you know, if I want to do an email newsletter, I could do that. Or if I asked it, you know, for social media posts for the week, we could do that. If I wanted to reach out to a prospect and do like custom email for them, I would have asked for that. It's really just thinking about what you need at that time. So in this one, it's like a little bit slow, which annoys me, but I'm sure you guys don't notice, but the new update is a little slow.
Just for her.
So she literally copied the worksheet that she filled out, like pretending she was me, and just pasted it in there and said create an email newsletter, and just pasted that information, and then this is what's coming out of it.
And then
Just FYI, I just went into my ChatGPT account and I had to do a wait list. I pushed on the upgrade, but it's
I got it too. We got the wait list. Yeah.
Yeah.
We still have it on the wait list. Yeah.
it seems like everyone's waiting about 2 to 3 weeks. And I'm just gonna say, like, give me an image for this newsletter because it does that too now. The other part of the latest update was that this now connects to something called Dolly. And so Dolly 3 and another thing called Midjourney also came out about a year ago, and they're AI generated images. Midjourney does a lot better, but ChatGPT owns Dolly, and so that's what is used in here. I always like to see what it comes up with for fun, and actually sometimes I'm very impressed with what it comes up with. I'll show you something it did. I saved a couple so we didn't have to do them all in real time. But any questions?
I want to see the image. Don't we? Yeah, don't leave. Yeah.
I was gonna say, any questions while it's loading up?
This doesn't cost anything. This basic one is free.
The basic one is free, but I'm using the $20 a month one.
Okay.
Yeah, and so with the $20 a month one, you get access to these like GPTs. So where I went and searched for all of the different real estate GPTs. So that's kind of cute, actually. I don't hate it. It's weird. It's weird, but whatever.
I like it. I just like that. It's Denver. I have more complicated. It's a unique image. Yeah.
You can also tell
So
it
those-
to do like, here, I'm going to show you what I did yesterday.
What would they would do for Evans's? For what? For Steve? There you go. Like maybe it's time to like do a newsletter specifically on this property, or like create an email blast on this specific property or something.
All right,
This
so one thing I like, and I'm
Okay.
getting ahead of myself, is I liked to go to Realtor.com reports because they're like very up to date and they're free. And so for this example, I downloaded this real estate market outlook. Where am I? So I uploaded it here just by hitting this. And then I again pasted your information in here, Melanie, and I said, based on this report, along with my information about me and my business, create an email newsletter for my clients. I didn't mean to do 2 email newsletter examples. I forgot I did that. But this one's different because it's using the data from that report, whereas the last one was just accessing the web. So anyways, it gave me like a current market outlook for Denver real estate, why choose us, current trends, and then I asked it to do a graph just explaining what that document was about. So it's like time on market, customer confidence. And then I thought this one was cute. I told it, instead of just saying make an image, I said make an image in a Pixar style. So you can get really creative and like ask it for specific styles and artists. I've had a lot of fun working with different artists. So
It's like wow, interesting.
okay, let me get back on track. I think I skipped ahead.
Jess, you have to leave at 10:30, right? Yeah, so we have one little exit at 10:30. You probably need to wrap up pretty fast.
Okay, I'll hurry along. All right, so we all know that you're gonna sell more real estate when you have somebody at the right time, right? Literally everything's about timing. And so the big thing with all real estate agents and most of my clients really is like being in front of people all the time in some way so that when it is that time, they think of you. So who here has heard of funnels before? Probably old news, right? So
yeah, we talk funnels.
Okay.
Stage, yep.
Great. So top of funnel is that wide net. Middle of funnel is where we're going to try to get people's information. And the bottom of funnel is like, now we have their information, how can we sell them? So it's really interesting to take this and use it with AI because we can do exactly what we just did together, which is copy and paste your information, but then use these prompts, right? So no longer do you have to think about what exactly you're going to post. You'll all of a sudden just have like hundreds of ideas that you can choose from. So, and I am going to send this as well as a worksheet.
Okay.
So here's more top of funnel ideas. And then I had like a specific one for real estate agents. Oh, that's where I got ahead of myself. That was the whole like go through realtor.com and use those reports and then ask it to come up with this type of stuff. And then we have, I'm gonna go a little bit faster because I don't want to waste time. Then we have the middle of funnel. So these are lead magnets.
Let's take a look at like, yeah, hold on, let's take a look at this. This stuff's like really relevant.
I have some specifically for you.
Cool. Okay.
Which are like a readiness quiz, like how ready are you to sell? ChatGPT is
bad idea.
yeah, ChatGPT is awesome at making quizzes. I have a couple other tools to help you if you need to, but Google Suite allows you to make quizzes. Just comparisons are great, like neighborhood comparison sheets. Everyone likes seeing those little rows with the check marks. ChatGPT can make those for you, especially if you're using those reports. So just have it do a quick compare. If you have a prospect...
Wait, so you're saying go back, pull the reports from Realtor.com or from some source and plug it in there and be like, please build me a home readiness quiz based on this information?
Yes.
Okay.
Or
so you got to give it some information to make an effective. Okay.
yeah, you just have to ask nicely and, you know, explain
Yeah.
what you're asking for.
And
You can ask it to create a PDF. So you can say, like, create a PDF of a comparison in my rows. Here's what I want you to compare. Or if you have an example of one, that's always a good way to do it. You can upload the example and say, use this example, or say it's old data. Use this as an example and plug in new data. And then I don't know, I thought a home buying
Hold on,
check.
Robin.
Oh,
Wait, a question. I don't know if you can hear. Can you
sorry.
speak up a little bit? Yeah. So, for example, I have a neighborhood map that I've kind of broken down on Google Maps. It's a personalized map, and the data has to be updated every 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something that I could like? Is there any plugin or anything that will do a neighborhood comparison using a Google Map or draw a Google Map, like a custom map or something like that?
Is the Google Map public? Is that link public?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can just upload that link and say,
Yeah.
you know, ask it exactly what you want from that map and to create whatever it is, a comparison.
Are you able to like draw on the map, or would I need to?
So,
Might be off topic, and no, you're fine.
no, it'll do a couple things. So, depending on how the data is laid out, is it just like if I did a Google search, is that the map?
I don't know that I'd be able to pull it up. I just think of it
Okay.
as a customized map where like I drove around, like I drew like a box around. This part of the neighborhood is called this, and when you hover over it, it says housing prices, housing characteristics.
Oh, got it.
It's educating clients who are moving into that area specifically.
I would love to talk to you after this and work with it. I'd have to see the data that it's sharing. So if it's like an image versus if it's something we can download as CSV or if it's a PDF.
Right.
But either way, I know it can work with it. I've never done a map like that before.
Right.
So I'd be happy to chat with you after.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds cool. So yeah, quiz, white papers. I always tell people like how to not be annoying for emails, which I'm sure you all know. But I think the big thing is like, don't be so salesy and offer information that people actually want. And here's like the type of stuff people want, right? And you guys know all of this, but you can really take these types of things and put it into ChatGPT and ask for current trends around, I don't know, legal and financial insights, mortgage rate changes. Because it can access the web, like you don't have to go searching with Google anymore. Like it'll search Google and write it for you at the same time.
And I thought Google was like mind blowing back in the day, but anyway, you don't even have to search Google anymore, you search ChatGPT.
I know.
Okay.
Google's a thing of the past, unfortunately. No, just kidding.
Gosh,
No,
stop. Okay.
Google's still fine. I still use it for stuff when I need to book a haircut for my kid. But soon I'm sure I can do that on here. Just bottom of the funnel ideas. So say you have somebody who's like thinking of selling or thinking of buying and you want to just like really seal the deal. I liked the exclusive open house invitations. And really, you can't use ChatGPT for a lot of this other than the ideas and then maybe the content inside the invitation. Client testimonial video series. I know you guys probably already have a lot of this stuff, but do you ever do webinars?
No, this is not like, no, not necessarily for our clients. I don't think that's like a common thing we do.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That could be a thing.
Okay.
That could be a thing.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna jump into AI tools. So there's one that I really like called ChatGPT for Sheets, and so this is basically a plugin. Oh, don't mind my 1,000 windows. I hope it doesn't make you crazy, but so basically, do you guys use Google Suite at your office? Or Gmail?
Oh yeah, we're Gmail. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So in Gmail, you'll have like the sheets, right?
Yeah,
and then
sheets.
if you go to extensions, you could add ChatGPT for sheets, and you don't have to have a plus membership for this. You can do it. I really like this for prospecting. I did it already this morning, but I'm going to do it again in real time so you don't think I'm cheating. But like, you can literally just put in all people's email addresses. And then this one I put in their current address because up here I'm giving instructions. And my instructions are introduce myself as Jam with 8Z Realty and ask if they're happy with their current address. So this. And if they have plans to move in 2024. So you do like a quick call and you highlight what you're asking it to do. And then you give it some context. And I'm just doing 1, temperature of 1. And so it'll write the email, saying, hey, I see you live at 6619. Are you happy? This is where I pasted in Melanie's sheet that I had you all fill out. So I said, this is about me and my company. And basically I wrote this email and I'm like, yeah, I like it. So I could have 1,000 people in here. I could have 20 people in here. And then I just put $signs right here and this code. I know this is fast, and if you're actually interested, I'll show you how to do it. But that tells it like, hey, I want you to do that again, but individually for each one. Mm-hmm. And so you can write 5 emails at once. You could write 25 emails, So it's an interesting thing.
ChatGPT system.
Yeah.
You could also use this thing called Yam, and it sends it straight from here, but that's going to take too much time. But if anyone's interested in that, I can send you the video on how to do it.
You can have it write letters and mail them direct from here. I have a buyer, like that could do. I have a buyer. Yeah, that's a great tool. I have a buyer. Mm-hmm. Oh my god. Mm-hmm. I like that beverage show.
All right, the next one.
Like literally download realist emails for 200 home addresses and then just. But then you have to. Oh yeah. Print them in. You have to print them in. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. Someone just asked a question. Hold on. Can you see the chat? No, it's okay. I don't know who that was. Hold on. I don't know if you can see the chat.
I can't see it when I'm sharing, but if you want to. Oh wait, it's okay.
Irene asked, the emails were not the same for each client. Why was that?
Oh, they weren't? Oh yeah, that's what we don't want them to be the same for each client, because we want each one to be based on like their address and.
So no, I mean more like there was a lot of some of them looked like an email to send, and some of them had like the data points like that.
Oh, this one's broken. I don't know. Oh, okay. Here's what happened.
And
remember?
Then, one of them says like she's the founder of 8Z. One of them says my company is 8Z. So why would those be different?
That's because we would need to put in a little bit more instruction and take a little bit more time than probably just copying and pasting this.
Gotcha.
I was kind of using it for an example, but this is super literal. Like it's the most literal thing in the world. And so sometimes you have to just change a quick thing, like introduce myself as Jam, and then I'd put like my position, So yeah, I was just doing a quick example, but in this, like about me and my company, if you really wanted to use this, and I use it a lot for my prospecting, I take a lot of time on like what I want it to say. And then the big thing is actually this little part that says relate current address to topic. Normally I'll have, instead of current address, I have companies here. And so I'll say relate company to the topic. And my topic is why you should be using AI. And so every email is usually like why 8Z should be using AI. Here's why. but they're all personalized based on the company, so we don't want them to be the same, if that makes sense. But
you have it set up when you have it like that, so you have a list of different companies that are different types of companies, so you have AZ, and then you have the coffee shop. So you have the name and then what they do, so that it has that information as well.
I don't know if she heard you.
yeah, so you can add any information that you want. So I have a YouTube video. It's actually the one YouTube video that kind of like brought me a bunch of clients, which was cool. But I have a video explaining how to set this up and the different ways you can use it. I wonder if I have it in here. Yeah, like you can use it to write social posts too. There's just like a lot of different ways that you could use ChatGPT for sheets.
Yeah.
So yeah, and if you have any questions or want to connect after, I'm happy to do that.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool. The next one I want to talk about, and to be fully transparent, I haven't bought the subscription yet, but I'm also learning about AI, and I went to a course last week, and this one blew my mind. And basically what it is you can do a video message, and so it's like pretty straightforward, like, hi, my name's Melanie with 8Z, and I want to talk to you about the current trends in 80238. And then it takes that as like a template, and it'll customize it, so it'll say like somebody else's first name for you. So you can like basically send these custom personalized videos where you're saying someone's name and you're not actually saying the name. It's crazy.
And you can send that in a text, or is this also
you can send it in a text, you can send it in email, you can send it on LinkedIn. It's just an MP4, so however you want to use it.
So we'd have to go to behuman.ai to do that?
Yeah, so these next ones I'm going to show you are all third-party companies where it's another subscription. I suggest just trying a free trial, but these are, besides this one, these are all things that I've been using for a long time, and most of my clients use too and just love. I want to show you DID. It's super creepy. So DID, you can make an avatar or video using your images. When I do my keynotes, I have this girl, her name is Jam2. She'll like pop up and interrupt me. And then I don't know if you know him, Melanie. He lives in our neighborhood. He's like a financial advisor. I made a video of him. But yeah, all you do is you'd hit create a video, and you don't have to use yourself. I don't know if any of you watch Real Housewives, but I use Shannon Bedore sometimes. So I would go to ChatGPT and say, let's see, what am I writing about in here? Write a 20-second video script about this email newsletter. So I'd ask it for a script. I have a lot of other prompts I could share with you about how to do this, but this is just an example. I actually like that it gives me visuals, because sometimes I'll take what I make in DID and then throw it into Canva and make like a full video.
This is like a super, again, like really basic question, but if you open ChatGPT, is it like Google where when you open it again, like it tracks, like you are the one that put that information in and it knows, so like you close out the window, all this would be back if you wanted to come back tomorrow and work on the same data?
That's actually, no, that's a great question, and I should have covered that. You can choose to save your chats or not. I do save my chats, and so I can close this like this, and like that's my ChatGPT, and then I open it, and it has everything I did today and yesterday, 7 days, and then it goes on and on and on. So it does save it. Yeah, it saves it, and the only thing is, like, when you're using the GPTs, it doesn't save that because you don't own it. So right now, one of our products that we sell is we do an AI author challenge where you write a book in 30 days. And that's been challenging because the GPT we use doesn't save it. So people have to copy and put it in a Word document.
Okay.
For something like this where you want to script and it gives you the visuals, can you ask it for the visuals, or is that what you're doing here?
Yeah, that's what she's trying to do. I think is give us the visuals,
You can ask it for the visuals, yeah. But I should have asked it not to give me the visuals this time, just because I'm doing this. I'm just gonna do like a few lines. So this is actually really cool because you can pick from all these different languages. So if you do upload a picture of yourself, maybe you're trying to reach, a Spanish speaking market and your Spanish isn't that great. You could upload a picture of yourself and write them a message of you speaking in Spanish. Like, it's really been game changing from that aspect. In one of my keynotes I just did, I said, we can speak in any language. And I said that in 8 different languages. And this guy stood up and he spoke Finnish and he's like, your accent was perfect. Like, it's just wild. And then you can pick the type of voice. So these are male voices. And then there's female voices. You can listen to them before you choose. DID is oh my God, that's horrible. She's horrible. There's some.
I can barely hear it.
Okay, well that was bad. This is a token-based thing, and so you can pay for tokens or you can do a monthly subscription. It's about 25 cents to generate a video. It's like super affordable. And I've had a lot of fun with them. Kind of just show you a couple that I've done. I think this is the one where I speak a different language. Let me see.
Imagine a world where you say and speak in any language.
Yeah. It makes your face look super weird, but whatever.
It's awesome. Okay.
So there's that.
What other, do you have some questions you guys want to kind of, I know it's a lot. Like I just, yeah, I think it feels like some, I'm sorry, Robin, do you have anything, I want to kind of wrap up, but I want to make sure, do you have more content you wanted to try to get through specifically?
Well, this is for podcasting. This is where you get people's email addresses based on what they search for.
Let's do that.
I feel like you guys would like that one.
Seamless AI.
So this is Seamless AI. You have to buy it as a company and then you all can share it. It's cool. They have this thing called intent. And so I have topics of intent that I've picked for my company, obviously. But you could go to intent preferences and add in any sort of things that you might want to add in for intent. What I do and what I would expect for you to do is actually search for contacts information based on, because you're all looking for people who, have real estate, have an income, maybe are former CEOs or high up. And literally you can drill down the search based on what they're searching for. So I'm gonna look for somebody searching for AI content generation, and I want them to be in Colorado, and let's go for it. And I can drill down to different areas.
People tracking your searches, your answer is now yes. They are. They are. Everyone's hearing everything you're searching for. Yeah. Here's the proof. Here's the proof.
So then I know that these companies have people searching for AI in Denver, and then I'll select them. I'm gonna hit find selected. And then this is when I can drill into the contact specifically, so I can choose their level. I can choose their departments. So this is built for companies, but when you say okay, I want this, and you hit find, you get over 26 pieces of information about each person, and you do get their personal addresses. In fact, I'll show you one that I have. just to save time. I don't want to like download one, so I downloaded one yesterday. So like this is my ICP. I have over like 50,000 contacts in here that I've gotten from them, and I break them out by their industry. Sorry, it's going a little slow.
That's okay.
But,
I think
yeah, then we'll wrap up. But see at the bottom, it has like all of the different things I have, all of the different places.
Yeah.
So like real estate, you can get their Gmail. I don't, but their Gmail's in the content, but then I clean it up. I'm trying to find one that has it all. Anyways, I know we're out of time. It's a great.
This is a lot. This is a lot. No, that's fine.
I didn't even get to show you how to automate your social media without touching it, but that'll be next time.
Yeah, maybe we need to kind of do a round 2 after the first of the year, or maybe Robin, you and I can talk about it and see like if we all take some time to go play with it and work through it, and then we'll connect as a team and I can, get back in touch with you.
Totally.
Does anyone have any general questions for? No. Okay. Natalie or Irene? We can't ironite down. I know. We just need to mess with it a little bit, it sounds like. Okay. Thank you so much.
No, thank
Robin.
you. Thanks for having me, and thanks for being accommodating my sick kids. And
totally.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, and thank you for preparing that. That was awesome. Do you have any questions? You're good. Okay. Thank you. Thanks, Robin.
Bye. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
All right. Talk to you.
Bye.